Hi everyone, if you have costochondritis, you're going to want to watch this video. This is going to be a good informative one. We have George here who has costochondritis. For those of you that don't know what that is, swelling in the chest wall or the costochondral joint where the rib meets the chest or the sternum. So it can spread out also around the ribs and into the mid-back and in the shoulder blade area. You'll see here, he has marks here on his back. And if you can't see that, we'll zoom in for you. And that's from cupping. So he had cupping done a few days ago. We're going to go around some of those bruises to do some cupping around that area and loosen up paraspinal muscles along the thoracic region here, okay? So he had asked me a great question a minute ago, and I'm going to go over the answer to that again, because it's a good question. But first, we're going to get him started with some cups. And I do cupping a little differently. I do something called dynamic cupping. So we're gonna have him actually go through some movement during the cupping. Oftentimes they just have you sit still. Nope, we're gonna put him to work, and we're gonna put 2 more cups on the other side. And these are really cheap. You can get these anywhere. I've done some videos on automatic cupping, like digital cups, like this one right here. This is called Ached Away. There's another one that I use that I like. I have that one at home, and those are expensive though, you know, a little bit more, over $100, 150-ish. These are much cheaper, in the $20, $30 range. You could buy them on Amazon. Thing is, you need somebody to help you with these sometimes. Now, some of these cupping sets come with a tube. Get that one, and you can use it yourself. So you stick a tube on the end of it, and then you pump it up with this thing through the tube to the cup, and you can reach around, you know, and put it, it's just easier, okay, to do it for yourself. If you have somebody to help you, just buy a regular cupping set, 20, 30 bucks, and you're good to go. So now we're gonna have him go into the child pose. Go ahead. So this cupping is a different type of soft tissue technique, in the sense that a lot of soft tissue techniques like trigger point therapy or using one of these massage guns that so many people have at home, those are compressive techniques, and they're effective, don't get me wrong. Trigger point therapy for me is really effective, but this is decompressive. And what I'm trying to do with him on purpose is, he has costochondritis. Some of his ribs are forward. So especially on this side, I want to do something decompressive to pull the ribs back. So that's why we're doing that. We're loosening up all the paraspinal muscles in the thoracic area. Very common to have tight muscles back here if you're on a computer all day. This can be really effective for that. So I'm gonna have you go to the left. So we just have him go into a child pose and go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and breathe in and out. It takes about 90 seconds. You don't need to have it on there more than 1.5 to 2 minutes max. And you'll see if it gets purple like that, then there's some toxicity in there. There's some lactic acid in there that needs to come up to the surface. So we have them in a good spot right now for him. Okay, go ahead and lay flat. And that's it right there. So that was about 1.5 minutes. And he had asked me a question before. What was the question again? Whether or not you should be stretching the mid-back or strengthening it?
Yeah, I know I gotta loosen it, unlock it, and strengthen it. So, like when I'm home, like the process of the 3.
So we're going to give him exercises to go home with, and some of those exercises are going to be thoracic mobility exercises. So when he says unlock, really what we're saying is unlocking all the fixated spinal joints, which I'm going to do right now with an adjustment. Otherwise, you know, we're going to basically work on mobility of the thoracic spine. We may have to adjust the ribs, but we also want him to stretch the front, the pec muscles, the flexors. So some of the stretches will focus on the flexors, the chest flexors, and some of them on the thoracic spine and the mobility of the thoracic spine, which includes mobility of what? The ribs, right? So the ribs attach to this part of his spine, and then they attach in the front to the sternum right here. That's why working on mobility there and stretching the pec muscles. But we're also doing laser on him. So we're loosening up the soft tissue, the thoracic paraspinal muscles here in the back. We're going to adjust them, and then in the front we're going to do cold laser therapy where the swelling is. So go ahead and take a deep breath in for me. Good, and blow all the way out. Okay. And if you'll notice there, I put more pressure, you wouldn't notice it, but on the left side instead of the right side. So there's a little bit of rotation in the ribs, so I use a little bit of rotational force with that adjustment. And go ahead and take a deep breath in again for me. Yep, and blow all the way out. Okay, and turn over on your back. You can put your shirt back on. Yep, and cross your arms in front of you. Tuck your chin down, take a deep breath in, come on up. And blow all the way out. Good. Head back. Okay. Hands up in the air. Okay, relax your arms. Okay, slide your shirt up. So he has a chronic case of costochondritis. So we have been lasering him, and today we're going to go deeper with that laser because he certainly needs it. So we're going to change up the frequency today.
This goes further in now, right?
Yeah, this is an amazing laser. I'm able to scan the chest and scan for areas of soft tissue inflammation or soft tissue damage, and you'll hear it beep. Like there, one of the areas that you have pain, obviously. I just think this is an amazing feature. It's not cheap, but if you're gonna spend that kind of money on a laser, this is a really great tool to have, especially in a widespread area. And if you wanna get it just a few key spots, this is the best way to do that. So we also have another laser here. We're gonna start with this one. Does not have a laser stim where we can find areas of soft tissue inflammation. And also this will speed up the healing time for him and for you viewers, because watching me laser him is not really fun. So let's ask some questions. What kind of questions do you have for me about costochondritis?
Just when I'm home, how to unlock. Because I use like a lacrosse ball.
Okay, in the back.
Yeah, but how to use it? Should I be standing or lying flat?
Standing against a wall would be best for that.
Okay.
And then also in the exercises I give you. Now, by the way, so I've done a couple videos on costochondritis exercises. One has 22 costochondritis exercises in it. And they go through them quickly, but you can pause it and work through them. And a lot of those in there have thoracic mobility exercises. So when he says unlock, again, we're talking about unlocking and getting motion in the thoracic spine so the ribs could move freely as well in the front and back, okay? And also go back into place. So some of it's postural for him and for some of you. Check out that video, the 22 exercises for costochondritis. There are a lot of both thoracic mobility exercises and pec or front of the chest stretches. Does that answer your question there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Any other questions?
It's like, everything will loosen up. It's how to keep it loose. So, the trunk rotation workouts, they work. And after a few hours, you kind of tighten up again. So should you stretch in the evening as well? Like morning, evening?
Great questions. You can certainly do it twice a day. It's not going to hurt you to do stretches in the morning and the evening. Definitely not going to hurt you, especially in a severe case like yours. So for example, he goes over a bump when he's driving and it hurts his chest. So he's had it for several years and it's just gotten really bad. So not all of you have it that severe, but twice a day is not a bad idea. That being said, after we start to get more mobility in the spine, in the thoracic spine, we're then going to strengthen the area. So your adjustments will hold longer, and also you'll be able to hold good posture longer. And then the other question is, what are you doing all day during the day that's making it tighten up? What's your job like? What are you doing day to day? And that matters too, right?
Well, what do you think of like a posture corrector? What do you think of?
I'm not a big fan of posture correctors because they teach you to your muscles to just relax with it's like wearing a belt. Over time those muscles are going to become weak in that area, not stronger. And that's where strengthening exercises is the better answer, yeah. So you see he has swelling out here, out in the breast, outside the nipple line there, and near the armpit, okay? And I want you to let me know after this laser treatment how you did, because we obviously changed the frequencies and you should notice a difference. If not today, the next treatment, okay? So we're going to adjust his ribs right now. I'm going to adjust ribs 4 and 5 and 6. Slide up more. Go ahead, take a deep breath in. And blow out. And are you tender here or here?
Both.
Okay. Here or here?
There.
There. How about here?
There as well.
Here?
Too, yeah.
And here?
A little bit there.
Okay. Take a deep breath in. And blow out. Turn your face that way. Deep breath in. Good. And blow out. Okay. So what we're going to do is follow up with George and see how he's doing with the costochondritis in a week or two. I think now that we increased the strength of the laser, we'll start to see some more symptom relief. Is it still painful when you go over bumps and stuff in the car?
Not as bad, no.
Okay, good. And relax yourself here. And I did another video that just has 3 of my favorite stretches for costochondritis. That has some thoracic mobility stuff in there, but the 22 exercises for costochondritis is pretty thorough. There's a lot in there that will keep you busy for a year. So I'm gonna send you some exercises today. I sent you some already, right?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, okay. So let's do that today, and you'll see the difference in the thoracic mobility ones versus the stretches for the pec muscle. Okay? All right, you're all set. And folks, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. If you got anything from this video, or even if you just like this view of the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building, give me a like and don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate you guys.